I'm here with Ed Higgins. He just came back from DAPL, North Dakota. Tell me what's happening. What's the state of things going on up there?
Well, it's cold. The last video that I had up there, my beard froze. It's about minus 35 with the wind chill factor. It's just about survival right now. I mean, people still have their heads up. The spirit's still high. We have walkers that came in from Canada the other day, walked into camp over the border and into camp.
Really?
We have people still dancing. There's still ceremony out there, but the people are lacking in supplies. They really could use supplies, wood, just simple stuff. They just want to survive through.
So is there a way that people watching this video can help people get supplies?
It's really reaching out to the individuals at this point.
Okay.
Because there's no real supply feed going through. Plus the tribes have stepped back. The Standing Rock Sioux tribe has stepped back.
Okay.
So really it's finding people like Michael Marcus, any of your people that you follow on Facebook, please find them and find a way to get supplies to them.
Okay.
That's the best way to go.
Okay. But are you optimistic about what's going to happen up there? Are you any prognosis?
I'm actually going back. So I got pictures of my own camp. We have a camp inside Oceti called Occupy Veterans, where we have veterans still there. They're still fighting the good fight for the people to support the powerful movement. We are going there to help them clean up the surrounding area because when the snow hit, all the tents fell. So all the tents are underneath the snow. They need to be cleaned up because if we don't, then we're just doing exactly what we were fighting against, which is polluting the river. We were in a floodplain, so once the floodplain, basically floods, all the tents go downriver. We have to clean it up.
So it seems like the violent confrontations have been ceased for a while. Is that the case?
They have.
Is that because the cops decided to back off, or is that because the drilling hasn't started, or that's been canceled temporarily?
I think it's a little bit of both. Right now, there's not much drilling they can do, and there's a lot of slowdown with the energy transfer partners because they're hemorrhaging money all over the place. There's pipelines that have been shut down because of good work we did out there, the water protectors did out there. They are just in damage control mode, and they're still trying to put out propaganda. The police are still trying to recover. They're getting hit with lawsuits for all their abuses that they've done. It's just become a nightmare for them, and that's good because they shouldn't have acted so inhumane in the first place.
Inhumane is a better word. I was going to say aggressively.
Yeah.
So now, do you know anything about what's happening in Texas?
There is, yeah. So Luis and all the water protectors down at Big Bend doing some great work. We have 4 camps set up down there. We have 4 camps set up in Florida, and that's not me overall. I mean, that's the water protectors are just it's expanding. It's flowing to the 4 winds. There's a lot of good work. There's some people that got arrested the other day, but you can go to Big Bend stands. There's a whole bunch of different water protector groups out there that are focusing on what their fight down there every day.
You're going to be at the inaugural?
I'm going to be at the Occupy inauguration. I'll be speaking. I actually have veterans that are escorting me to the stage because I'm going to say a lot of things that a lot of people may not want to hear.
Which people?
The people who think Trump's the enemy. Trump is a bad guy, but he's not the enemy. The system is the enemy. We created the system. We allowed the system to form. Whether I was, I'm only 40 years old. You're a little younger than I am. Whether we were there or not, we saw it happening. We saw it coming. And right now, we all have to fight for the common cause, which is to break up this disgusting system that we have.
So, do you think it's easier or harder now that Trump is president?
Oh no, I think it's a lot easier. I got to tell you, I was kind of rooting for him to go because he's a disaster. The guy's a disaster. He's the most despicable human being I've never met. Maybe more despicable than Hillary. We'll talk about that some other day.
He's worse at hiding it than she is.
He's a con man, and he's conned everybody. He's trolled everybody. And now we get to see it because he's taking health care away from the people he told he was going to give health care to.
Right. So I don't think these people would be out here today if Hillary Clinton neoliberal was president, correct?
No, unfortunately. So you either had to be a nationalist or a racist. You either had to be okay with our citizens bombing other countries and being engaged in 8 illegal wars where the death happened somewhere else, or you get to deal with it here. Now we get to deal with it here. I'm okay with that.
Yes.
No, divisive is what they're doing. If you're just saying, hey, my team is better than your team, you're not helping the problem. I want a solution to a problem. You got a problem, give me a solution. If you're not giving me a solution, you're part of the problem.
Fantastic.
Right on.
I agree. All right.
I love your work, bro. I love your work. Oh,
Right back
love
at
this
you.
guy.